American has been killed in Sudan, according to the U.S. State Department. This is the first American death since fighting broke out between two groups in the country last week. So far, more than 400 people have been killed and thousands more forced to flee.
The U.S. has moved more military personnel to nearby areas to help evacuate the U.S. Embassy in Sudan if needed. There's about 70 American staffers there. Some countries like Sweden, Japan, and South Korea have already started to evacuate their citizens.
An American Airlines worker at the Austin, Texas airport has died after he was injured. Investigators say the man was driving a service vehicle that hit a jet bridge. They say it appears to be an accident. The worker's name hasn't been released. And this is the third airport employee death in the last week.
From WBKO News. Local first, now. This is WBKO News at 4.
Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us here on WBKO News at 4. I'm Gene Burke.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist David Walter. Thanks for joining us.
And now we've got some precipitation out there today we didn't have yesterday.
Yes. It went from very dry to a little bit wetter, and we are certainly facing those rain showers as we do get a good gloomy look outside. But you know what? It's Friday, so, a lot of folks don't really mind a little bit of rain, and we could certainly use some of this rain and just an increase in humidity in general, and that's what we are facing today. You can see out over Western's campus, we've got those gray skies overhead. The trees really filling in with the leaves as we've had some very mild days ahead, but the forecast starts to take a little turn when it comes to those temperatures. Right now, as we look at Doppler Max, sitting around Bowling Green and Warren County, not finding too much rain. More of it has been to the west and especially towards the southwest. This is our next wave of energy that's going to move up towards the northeast, and that is going to bring us some heavier areas of rain as we get into this evening. But right now, you can see out towards Madisonville, into Hopkinsville, and over there towards Beaver Dam. That's where we're facing some of those light rain showers right now. And over towards Windyville and just north of Bowling Green, a little shower, even Glasgow seeing some rain right now. In terms of additional precipitation, we're not talking about a ton, but we could certainly have some heavier pockets of rain. And when it's past dark and you've got some of those larger puddles out there, obviously hydroplaning can be an issue, but we're not talking about any widespread flooding. It's really just puddling on roadways and maybe in parking lots for those folks who will be out tonight. Looking ahead to your Saturday, we are certainly drying things out. Right now, those temperatures, they continue to come on down. You can see some milder air towards the east. Look at Burkesville, 75, Bowling Green, 74, Russellville, 59. 59 also into Morgantown, and around the states the warmest air is off towards the east, but that cold front continues to advance, and so those numbers like that 76 in Jackson, 77 in Knoxville, they will be coming down as well. Winds certainly pretty light overall, nothing like what we were facing yesterday, but we will be dealing with those breezier winds tomorrow. But with a westerly wind, that means those temperatures are going to be cooler overall. Right now, we've got those temperatures in the middle 60s, and as we look ahead here, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, pretty good chance of rain. Some of that could be heavy temperatures into the 50s. Still a good chance for rain through 11, 12 o'clock as we get to midnight and look ahead to the early morning hours of your Saturday. Looks like things will really start to dry out as we continue into your Saturday, at least the very early morning hours, and much of the day will be partly sunny and maybe the strayest of stray showers. But the big story will be the cooler and breezy weather ahead, even that possibility of a frost both Saturday and Sunday nights. We've got an unseasonably cool stretch of weather coming up ahead, and we're going to talk about that complete 7-day in just a bit. Gene?
A familiar face is going back to work at the Glasgow Police Department. Guy Howie returned to work on Monday as the newest police chief after the retirement of former chief Jennifer Arbogast.
When I walked through that door yesterday and back into this building, it was just like coming home, like I'd been gone on vacation, and I came home. It's been a very welcoming environment, very positive environment.
Howie has been in law enforcement since 1982. He worked in Florida before coming to Kentucky. His top priorities now, recruiting more officers and making more connections in the Glasgow community. Officials in Glasgow are hopeful new litter fences will help eliminate the spread of garbage during storms and high winds. The city purchased the fences after severe windstorms scattered debris onto neighboring land and roads. Glasgow Mayor Henry Royce tells us the first of 5 fences is going up.
So what you have is you have people driving down the Cumberland Parkway, and it looks like somebody dumped an entire dumpster all across the hillside out there. That's not somebody's lack of attention at the landfill. This is about that windstorm that makes it hard to contain everything that they're working with.
Royce says the fences are 15 feet high and 24 feet wide and can be moved around the landfill depending on the wind's direction or where the garbage is going. New drug deactivation packets will be available across Warren County this weekend as a part of the Drug Take-Back Day. 400 packets were provided to the Bowling Green Warren County Drug Task Force and the Boone County Sheriff's Office. Complimentary packets are expected to be available from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. on Saturday, which is National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. You can pick up the packets tomorrow at the Bowling Green Police Department, Kentucky State Police Post 3, Greenwood High School, Smiths Grove City Hall, and the Boone County Sheriff's Office. To learn more about Drug Take-Back Day and to find a collection site near you, visit dea.gov/takebackday. A sobering reminder at South Warren High School today of the dangers of drinking and driving. Organizers at the school created a mock DUI crash, simulating the aftermath of a lethal car accident. Area first responders partnered with the high school and student actors to highlight the reality of driving under the influence. South Warren juniors and seniors attended the presentation in preparation of their prom tomorrow night. The student actors hope the presentation encourages their peers to celebrate safely.
I think that it makes people more aware that not only is it their life, but it's also the lives of others and people that are close with them. And I think it just makes people to be more cautious.
The presentation shows Z's arrest as well as a student actor's death and another's medical transport in a helicopter. One first responder said programs like these have been pivotal in preventing drunk driving fatalities. K-State Police were able to raise $9,158 for Special Olympics. All 16 KSP posts participated by parking a state police cruiser at various public locations, and for a minimum donation of $1, citizens could place a custom Selkie sticker on the cruiser. Still, many Kentuckians donated more than the minimum. Since the fundraising event began in 2020, KSP has raised $56,862 for Selkie Special Olympics. A new program in Davis County aims to help inmates develop job skills once they're out of jail. It's called the Reentry Success Program. Detention Center officials say it's an online workforce certificate program. It teaches basic work skills like organization, leadership, workplace safety, and even some computer literacy. They say so far, they've graduated more than 20 people. Graduates also got to interview with local businesses to make connections for future jobs.
I think it's not only changing lives, but saving lives. And I say that because me, I grew up in the streets, and when you got tattoos, you got piercings, you can't get a job in that place. Them people was trying to give us a job yesterday. If I would live today, I'd have a job today.
Jail officials say the program is challenging, but only takes a few weeks. They say they've graduated 3 groups so far, and they're excited to track the success of program graduates as they leave. Still to come on WBKO News at 4, Andy Bashir urging Kentuckians to join him in donating blood after the mass shootings in Louisville. And we hear the latest from the Supreme Court on their ruling on the widely used abortion pill. All this and more when we return.
This is WBKO News at 4.
Here's another look at that forecast. We're heading down to the ballpark. Of course, the Hot Rods are not in action today or tomorrow, but tomorrow they have that big tacos and tequila event. So hoping for some pretty good weather if you are going to be out and about this weekend. There's a lot of stuff going on, so we need a good forecast. And spoiler alerts, we will get it. It does look to be a pretty dry as we look ahead. Really, the wet time is coming up over the next several hours here, and you can see how higher rain chances are as we continue into the nights. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, even on Saturday, not really looking at much rain, maybe some lingering showers during the early morning hours of your Saturday, but that is basically it. And with that cooler and drier air, yeah, we do have some pretty chilly temperatures ahead. You can see tonight coming down into the 50s and 40s, but notice after 11 p.m., those rain chances really coming down, and we will be left with some cool sunshine to begin your Saturday. Future max, we do have fairly light winds into the evening hours. Now tomorrow afternoon, they start to increase a bit more, and we may have gusts to about 30 miles per hour, but as winds go very, very light Saturday night, that's when we could be facing that frost. And we're going to talk more about the frost potential and get a look at next week in that 7-day in a few minutes.
Thank you, David. After giving blood at the state capitol, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is asking others across the Commonwealth to do the same. The governor says he took this step after supplies were deleted by treating the victims in the Louisville mass shootings. Officials with the American Red Cross say they donated more than 170 units of blood to U of L Hospital. The governor says he also knows of people who gave blood for the first time following the Western Kentucky tornadoes. Governor Beshear says he understands people are hesitant, but he's calling on them to take the leap and help.
Especially when it comes to violence. Now, one of the best ways we can help is to give blood so that our doctors and our nurses that are in that ER fighting for people's lives have the tools that they need.
The Red Cross website says to donate blood, you just have to be 16 years old, be in good health, and feeling well. Many verified Twitter users woke up yesterday to find their blue check marks have disappeared. Twitter began purging check marks from users who have not paid for its subscription service to authenticate accounts. Twitter owner Elon Musk says people who fear other users will impersonate them need to pay an $8 a month verification fee by joining Twitter Blue. Musk says his decision is a way to treat everyone equally. Now to Washington, where at any moment the U.S. Supreme Court could hand down its ruling on mifepristone, the abortion drug. The High Court twice extended its own deadlines to make a decision, and the final one expires at midnight. The country is now waiting to learn whether the abortion pill will remain widely available or face restrictions supported by lower courts. ABC's Justin Finch reports.
Decision day for the Supreme Court. At issue, access to mifepristone, the abortion pill that has been the subject of conflicting lower court rulings. The justices are now considering a lower court ruling that would only allow approval of mifepristone up to 7 weeks of pregnancy instead of 10, require 3 in-person doctor visits, and no longer allow the pill to be available by mail. The High Court has a number of options, including allowing the restrictions to go into effect even in states where abortion is legal, taking the case up themselves less than 1 year after overturning Roe v. Wade, or sending the case back to the lower courts to be worked out. The anti-abortion group Alliance Defending Freedom filed the initial mifepristone lawsuit, now spurring the High Court to act. The group argues that the FDA's approval of the drug in 2000 was flawed and didn't factor in safety risks. A Texas federal judge agreed. Senate Democrat Tammy Baldwin slamming that decision on CNN.
The ruling was devoid of science. It appears clear to me that it's part and parcel of a hard right effort to ban access to abortion nationwide.
The Biden administration and mifepristone manufacturer Danco Laboratories are calling on the court to uphold the FDA's approval.
And the High Court now hours away from making its decision. Court watchers say the double delay may suggest one or more justices could be working on opinions.
This stock market report is brought to you by the retirement planning specialists at Tony Walker Financial.
I'm gonna put the sound back up when the weather comes on.
Sponsored by Med Center Health.
So we're just talking about showers, right? There's nothing
Yes.
severe anywhere around.
Nothing severe, yeah, that's a good point to emphasize. We are just looking at that heavy rain threat as we get into the evening hours, but showers have been kind of widely scattered for much of the day. Most of them have been a little bit further to the west. Let's get a look at Doppler maps right now, point out where some of those areas of rain are, and you can see over there towards Glasgow, we do have some rain, and up there into Munfordville, we are looking at some of those lighter showers towards Hopkinsville, and just to the north, that's where we find some more moderate rain. But you head into parts of western Tennessee, and boy, look at the intensity of the rain kicking up. There's another little bout of energy in the atmosphere that's kicking up that, and we are expecting these showers into the evening hours, but because we're getting past dark and we haven't had overly warm temperatures today, the instability isn't there to really produce any strong thunderstorms. But heavy rain is certainly a decent possibility. As we look at future maps here, it starts to really fill in those rain showers after 6 o'clock. Temperatures are coming on down after midnight. Most of the area is drying out. We'll have that cool breeze for the day on Saturday, but it's looking good if you're going to the farmers markets. And during the afternoon, we'll just have some areas of clouds. Can't totally rule out a sprinkle or just a very brief shower during the night. Those temperatures, yeah, we're getting pretty cold for your Sunday morning. And then Monday morning, early, that's when we're expecting those temperatures back down into the 30s. Right now, warmer air off to the east and southeast as that cold front continues to roll on through. Glasgow 66 in Bowling Green, but only 54 in Greenville, Hopkinsville, at 57 degrees. So Saturday and Sunday night, we're expecting those temperatures into the 30s, clear to mostly clear skies and light winds, and may have to bring in some of those potted plants. For tonight, still looking at some rain during the evening hours. Temperatures down there into the 40s. As we check out tomorrow, highs into the lower 60s, and we will have more of a breeze as we get into the afternoon. So it's going to be a cool day overall, but hey, not too bad. It's springtime. We expect these ups and downs, and the extended outlook for the next couple of days is actually more so down with those temperatures. Again, you can see those lows Saturday night, Sunday night, and then we get into next week, a dry stretch for Monday and Tuesday at least, and then it could turn a bit more unsettled by Wednesday, Thursday, even into Friday.
Thank you, David. It's a day to raise awareness of the need to protect your planet. Tomorrow is Earth Day, and there are some things you can do to not only give your health a boost, but also the environment. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has some healthy tips that can also help Mother Earth.
Protecting the place we live and leading a healthy life, both important and go hand in hand.
Many of the actions that we can take as individuals to reduce our carbon footprint also have positive health benefits.
Dr. Alyssa Gordon is Medical Director of Sustainability at Cleveland Clinic. She says eating a plant-forward diet with emphasis on foods like fruits and veggies, nuts and seeds, and less animal-based products is not only good for your body, but can also help reduce your carbon footprint. Gordon says to also consider going to a local farmer's market.
This helps improve the carbon footprint by reducing the transportation carbon footprint of the food, and also preserves nutrients in the food since it's fresh, and it supports local businesses.
As the weather warms, Gordon says to consider walking or biking to where you need to go, keeping you active and putting less pollutants in the air. Also, enjoy nature. Gardening not only has benefits of getting you outdoors and moving, but can also help your health.
Just being around trees lowers blood pressure and boosts your immune system. It also makes kids more relaxed and attentive, which improves learning and school performance.
Finally, switch those TVs, lights, and other electronics off when not in use. This can help promote better sleep and reduces energy use at home and at work. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Gordon says it's also important to recycle, but she suggests also buying products made from recyclable materials that can help the recycled.
Established in 1973, the Stuart Ritchie Service Group is your local one-call solution. Stuart Ritchie's service group of trained technicians offers HVAC, plumbing, electrical, refrigeration, and fire protection, commercial, industrial, and residential. Stuart Ritchie is prepared to help with emergencies and necessary repairs or maintenance. We provide high-quality service and are available 24/7 in order to keep you up and running. Call the Stuart Ritchie Service Group, your one-call solution.
Chances are you know someone who drives a Kia or Hyundai, maybe even you, and you may know someone who's had one stolen. Since 2021, videos about the ease of vehicle theft from these two auto brands have swept across social media. The automakers have voluntarily tried to address it, but now over a dozen states are joining forces to get some mandatory federal muscle to demand recall. Laura Aguirre has the latest.
Social media videos like this.
Y'all see they tried to steal my Kia, bro?
They busted out the back window and then they broke off the locking mechanism to be able to actually steal it.
Are blamed for skyrocketing theft rates among Hyundai and Kia models in recent years.
Kids were being challenged to steal Kias, how many Kias you could steal by removing something on the steering column.
Kia and Hyundai have offered free software updates to fix the problem on over 8 million vehicles, but the attorneys general in 17 states and the District of Columbia say that's not nearly enough, noting it can take months for all owners to get that fix, and it doesn't cover all models. That AG coalition is now asking the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration for a federal recall of Hyundai and Kia models manufactured between the years 2011 and 2022, saying the vehicles easily bypassed ignition switches and lack of engine immobilizers make them particularly vulnerable to theft. The NHTSA says the thefts are blamed for at least 8 deaths and numerous injuries. The coalition's letter asks the administration to work with Hyundai and Kia to implement a recall and prevent additional harm to vehicle owners. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Requests for comment have been made to Hyundai and Kia, but no word as of now. IKEA is planning to spend more than $2 billion to open 8 new locations in the U.S. The move would expand the retailer's furniture empire in the U.S. in its biggest investment in a single country. The locations of the new U.S. stores have not yet been decided, but officials say they plan to grow its presence on the East and West Coasts and invest more in the South. They also want to open 9 smaller plan and order points in the U.S. over the next 3 years. The company says the new outlets would create 2,000 jobs. IKEA currently has 51 stores and 2 plan and order points in the U.S.
Parents, wish there was an easier way for your kids to put on their
And check out all the plants and soils you need to keep your garden growing strong. Add a finishing touch with a 6-piece patio set, just $499.99 after 11% rebate. Save big money on your next project now at Menards. Save big money at Menards.
All right, we've got some drier and cooler days ahead. Saturday and Sunday not looking too bad. A little cold in the morning, though.
All right, thank you, David. Thank you for joining us. That's going to do it for WBko 4. We'll see you back here.
Wrongful death lawsuit. This is a different case. This comes more than a year since Bobby Barrett died after deputies allegedly used excessive force during an arrest. His wife Barbara filed the lawsuit, and we now have the body cam footage of his arrest. Take a look. This is what Barrett's wife claims shows the use of force by deputies. In the video, you can hear Bobby asking for help while the situation appears to escalate. And with the recent release of the audio recordings and calls for the resignations, the Barrett family felt compelled to move forward now with their own lawsuit.
This history of violence, solving problems with violence, is